welcome to MTCR. Alright, on this particular video is going to be the part 2 of the Amapiano video we did. Yes, so where do we stop? We stop at the log drum. That's where our part 1 video, and if you've not watched that, you can actually refer back to the part 1 so you can know how we make Amapiano music, Amapiano beats on Studioone. So for this video I'll be giving some highlights on some of the features which I didn't really dwell much in the first video on the features here. So this is what I'm gonna do. So where do we stop? We stop at the log drum. This is the log drum we played. This, okay. So so after the log drum, like, okay, before that, you know, in Studioone we have our workspace. Yes, we have workspace where we do all of our magic, we do all of our cutting, editing and all. So now it's just like a fashion designer. Like, okay, yes, you want to cut. You need your workspace to be able to, like, you just need your table. Yeah, just like your table, you need your table to be able to cut your clothes, shape your clothes according to your sizes, you get. So yeah, so now here in Studioone, this is my table, this is my workflow, this is my workspace, this is my own table here where I can actually do all of my magic, do all of my cutting, all of my adding and all of my removing of anything I want to remove. So here now on my workspace, I have here on my left I have the inspector track. Still on the left I have my track scene here, and on the right here I have my browser. So the top end and the down end is where other features are if I want to cut and I want to, you know, do my quantization. And here on the bottom end is where I have my recording, my performance and every other thing, tempo. So but I will not be doing much on this video, so I don't want to just, you know, I'll just be touching so you can really understand how this thing works. Yeah, now here on my okay, yeah, next thing I want to do is after I didn't play my log drum, I added I played the snare. Yeah, so there's something I'm actually doing right now. I'm trying to I'm time zooming my workspace so I'll be able to see my track, where I'll be able to see my audio signal, audio wave where. So now how do I go about that? You know, I love using shortcuts. I'll just give you the actually real process now, like in doing that instead of the shortcut. So how do I come about that is here I have if you can see on my see on my bottom left here I have my time zoom here, so I can actually click to drag it here, click to increase it. So but I prefer using my shortcuts. The button E and W is what I use. So let's just see what the snare is doing here. So, yeah, so that's what I actually played, and together with the snare and log drum. So let's hear that together. So so actually it's like confusing somehow with this. It is intentional. So the reason why I did this is like, okay, like I just need some of the, I'm not doing it on time, and there's this belief that every producer believe, and they make some upcoming producers want to believe that Just like one of my artists come to me and like, come on, that beat, if you are creating the beat, make sure it is on swing. I don't understand what is swing. I don't understand. It is what you actually, not wrong, but it is actually what you feel. There's no rules in some of these things, so you have to just do what you like. We are not competing, and so you just have to do. Nobody can question you that you are not making this swing or not. It is your type of music. Do whatever. If it is a robot music you want to do robot music. It is if it is, the music, whatever music you want to create, you want to do, just do it. So I don't believe, but the Afrobeat world, they make us believe like everything was being on swing. Yeah, no, I don't believe that. So, but for me, what I just did on my snare here is like, um, I did some off timing and all. Like, it's not actually swingy, but it's not really correlating with what the log drum is doing. So if you can hear them together with my log drum, it's not actually doing the same thing. So you can hear from that part, but don't let us just go too much. So I just like to explain. So it is what I actually feel for the music is what I'm adding. So I'm not following any rules. I'm not following rules to this. Just because they make us believe, okay, yes, you have to do this way. No, this is not what you are being taught in school. You have to do. You have to make your research and do what pleases you and do what suits your kind of music. Yeah, so on to the next one. I need to like zoom my workspace down so I can be able to see my other tracks. And how do I come about doing this? Is I have this on my timeline here, also on my workspace. I have, if you can see on my button here, the features I have here. I have the mute, I have the solo, I have the activate button, power button here, and I have overview and also. Now what I'm actually pinpointing here is just like, okay, yes, I want to zoom, I want to time zoom, not time zooming now. I'm just like zooming it, expanding it, like to come out. I want to be able to see. I'm zooming in, yes, rather. Let me just use the word zooming. I'm zooming in, so I want to see my track. So I just have to come down to this place, this button here. You see the drop down button on overview. So I'm actually on overview now. I can put it to whatever I want. Minimal. I can come to normal. This is the normal. I can come to small. I can come to extra large. So depending on what you want to do. And you also have another option here which you can manually drag this thing yourself. So you can just manually drag it to whatever suits you, the way you want it to be. Just like a fashion designer too. So how do you want to cut your clothes? Your table that you have, your workspace that you have, how big it is or how small it is, like how small your table is will determine the kind of clothes you want to cut. So now for this my own table here now, what the cloth I'm having on my table here is too big. It's like agbada. So like it's too big. So I have to like use a larger table, or I have to use I have to be able to zoom in to see what I'm cutting or see what I'm. So that's using these features here. So I have to just like, okay, drag it in here, time zoom it so it can shrink all of my music in one place and I'll be able to see them. So and that's just what I did here. So another thing, so the thing is here, that's for that. Coming to after adding my snare, I added like, okay, I still need this other sound, like there's this still some of this sound that Amapiano really requires. So without it, you can't hear Amapiano. You get. So I have to add this UFO launch TE. So I have to borrow sound. Yes, I love borrowing sound from FL Studio. So now how do I do that on my workspace? Still on my workspace, I have to just like, okay, come to my browser. And where do I get my browser track? My browser, you just have to come to your button here. You can see you have edit, you have mix, and you have browse. So you just come here, open your browser, or using the shortcut F5. So I love using shortcut, but I don't want to use that. So I just wanted to see some of this. Okay, so I wanted to see this. You have the home here. So this is the home. It allows you see all of these features all in one place here. So you have the instruments, you have the effects, loops, file, cloud, shop, pool. So instrument is just for you want to add your instrument. Effect, you want to add effect on your track. The loop, if you have loop libraries, maybe you download the loop library from basically it's just for Presonus and for Studioone. If you want to download, if you have downloaded some of Presonus loop, you can actually click on this place and get them. If you so your file allows you to just open some of your packs. Look at this, you can just see them here. Then the cloud, maybe you want to upload your beat online, you can just do that on SoundCloud. So and your shop, probably you want to shop other plugins, you want to get other instruments plugins or VST, any VST plugins you want to get, you can come to shop and get them on Presonus. And the pool is just where you see all of your files, your audio files, you see them. If there's any file missing, you can get to see it here. Like, okay, some files are missing in your track, so you can always locate them and fix them back. So but now what I'm doing is just like I will be on my instrument. So I'll just be on my instrument. I want to add instrument from image line, from FL. So I have every of my FL brother here. So what I actually use for this UFO is like I use the GMS. So I use the GMS sound. So and under the GMS, where do I get that? Is like I get it on my special effects on GMS. So where you see UFO launch TE, UFO launch TE is what I use. So this is how it sounds like. Let me just solo it so you can hear. So that's what you have on this. So you can hear that, and I just bring it down to faint a little bit. Another thing is I added a Diablo sound too as well. So the Diablo sound too is also on GMS. Yeah, so on GMS, the Diablo sound is also on GMS. I drag in. Reason why you can't see all of my instruments here is I had to bounce them out because of system usage. So I'll just mention some of the instruments I use. So I use the Diablo sound, is a bass sound, so on GMS. So it's a common sound everybody using in Amapiano music. So this is how it sounds like. So that's the debut sound. And what I did is I just have to roll off the low end on my sound. So I have to come to my I'm coming to my inspector track here. So I just come to this plus button here. You have the option to search your plugins. Yes, coming to this now, I just have to like type Pro Q, because I already know the effect I want to put. I'm using EQ, so whatever VST plugin you have, maybe whether be it Weave, whether be it Valhalla or any EQ you have the search button to just search for your instrument. So I just have to use the Pro EQ here. So I have it here already. So let me just activate it. So all I just did was like I roll up the end for like from 50 to like 100, yes, or 1 something, yes. I roll it to like 149 hertz. So that's what I do. I just roll it off. So here's the sound. This is so why did I do this? Just because like I don't want it to be competing with every other bass, because I have another bass going, which is the main bass that's going on the music. So I don't want it to compete with the bass. So I just have to like roll off this and this one too, so that it won't be competing, because there are other instruments, so that they can have space to to be in the music. So everybody should not be fighting together. That is why it is music. It is one love, one peace. Everybody have to be peaceful, no fighting. Yeah, so that's what I just did. Yeah, and I just get off. Then another thing I added was, yes, I added the pad, a very soulful pad. I always love this pad. So this is what I just use. So adding my pad, I always love my pad being in a space. I just have to like put a reverb to also in my pad. I know it might not be part of the rule. Everybody know adding reverb to pad, or adding reverb to bass, or adding reverb to kick. I have my own rules. I create my own rules for myself. So yes, so it is whatever you feel like. I might decide not to add any effect on my part. I can decide to leave it just the way it is, but it is the what I felt in this music, like what I was actually feeling in the music. I just want to add it to it, so I just have to add, and I just reduce the my send level of the reverb. And how do I get my reverb here now? It's just coming to the send. Like now, let me just come here, remove. You can see on the reverb. You can see on the spectre track here, you have insert and you have send. So on this send is where you can bring all your effects processor. Any effect you have, you can just bring it down to your track. So on the norms, I have my part going on his on his own. It's just moving, but I don't want it to move a lot. I like, okay, let me add someone, let me give him a supporter to support him. So I just have to bring I have to send, yes, just the way it is here. I have to send a reverb to my pad. Oh yeah, send, follow this guy, follow and go where they go. So that's what I just did here, and I just come to this plus button here. You have a power button here to activate the sound. So you have options here. So but this option is not going to work if you've not added anything. So you have the plus button to add whatever reverb, but I have already added reverb on my FX channel. I have FX channel on my mix board, which I've already added it there. Send reverb. So reverb is already following the pad now. Let's listen to it. You can hear this now. So first I already okay, sorry, I already turned off my reverb, so you can't really hear anything now. So I have to turn it on my mix board. So this is my mix board here. So you can come under mix. When you come to mix, you see mix, edit, mix, and browse. So this mix is where you bring in your mixer. So for my mix, if I want to go to my mixer, I come to mix. If I want to close it back, I click on it again. So if I want to edit any track, like I'll just click on edit and it will pop up the track. So I can always minimize that, so you can see it here. So this is it. So your edit, I can close it back. So whatever track I want to edit, I click on it and I come to edit. It will bring it out. If I want to cut or slice the audio, I can do that here. So but now I went to my mix and I activate my reverb channel. So now with the pad now, let's listen to it. So you can hear spreading my pad, and that's what I want for the music. So I'll just reduce the level to like minus 8.8. Alright, so that's for that. And I added, yes, I felt the music is something is missing in the music. So like I need something to always come back to, always refer back to. So I had to just like add a violin to it. So this is what I have on my violin. So that's just what I have on my violin. And what what instrument do I use for that? I use French violin, so by Sample Science. So this French violin here by Sample Science is what I use. So I just played, the melody came, I like, okay, the melody didn't just come once, but I had to like digest it a little bit before I had to come up with this particular melody. So I just add it to the music. So, and that's what I have. So what I just do to this now, what I did to this melody was I added my beat delay. So doing nothing, I just left the default settings like that. I'm doing nothing here. So I have the beats at 1/4, 0 milliseconds, or the offset, the feedback is just 40%, and other parameters I didn't touch anything, I just left it like that. So let's hear how it sounds like without the effect now. With the effect now, so you can hear the extra delay. I want it in the music, so you can always, so in the, when I play the overall music, you might not really feel the delay, but it's actually doing its work. So another thing is I just have to add a little bit of reverb too as well. So my reverb level is just at -4. So so the essence of this reverb is like I want the violin to be like somewhere, like it's very far away of the, it's like very far away in the music, but so it's like somebody is playing something, but like it's just like in your head, so the way I want it in your head. So I just have to like give it that level of reverb, and I drop the level of the violin so in the music. And another thing is like, yes, I just have to do a vocal effects. Yeah, I said something, so this is what I have on my vocal effects. So well, I said something here. So like, I need something to, I need just like how do they call it, I just need something to like come in before my violin plays. So like I just said this crazy, that's what I said in here. Yeah, so let's listen to it. So I said this crazy. So as you can see on my, you can see on my vocal now, I have this extra noise. So it's too busy because like I didn't not much padding yet. So it's having this room sound, it have this generator outside, and extra sound. So all I just did was I had to like, first of all, I had one of my effects I use, that's volcano. So I use the volcano effect. So adding the preset of band pass, sorry, I have the effect of band pass filter too, BPM, BM rather. So all I just do was come down to basic, and I use the band filter just to roll off the highs and the mid. I just need a little bit of, make it small, subby and all. So this, let's hear with the effect now. This has without effect, with effect. So now I can hear my vocal is as if my hands are in my toes, something like that. So I don't want it that way. I want, even though it's sounding that way, I want more clarity. I like a little bit of clarity in my vocals. So all I just have to do was I had another EQ. So I use a stock plugin. And I didn't use any. If I just have to roll off my hand like 50 to like 140 something hertz, so to like 200, yes, so like 200, yes, I roll off. And the mid, I just have to roll it off too as well, and give it a little bit of clarity. This is where I just want to work on. The purpose of this rolling off here is just like I recorded in my room, and I don't want all those extra sound to come in. Though it's not a lead vocal, so not really much work. So I just have to like still roll off because it will affect my beat. So I just roll off the mid too as well. I just add the clarity I want in the music. So let's listen to it. So without it now, let's how it sounds like. So you can listen to that. So then with the effect now. So let's hear with the effect now. So next thing I did was I had to like, it's still sounding. If I play now with the music now, you won't even hear anything. You can only hear someone is saying something, but you can't really hear the music well. You can't really hear it. It's not being pronounced. So what I just did was I added a compressor to it, and I left the settings like that, just to let the default setting do its work. So that's I use wave 2A from waves, say a little A from waves, so to bring up my vocals a little bit. So if from the meter here, you can see that it's not doing much work, so it's compressing just a little bit. It's not even getting to like -1, so it's just the parameters here is just like 46, the peak reduction, and the gain is like 40 here. So for the peak reduction, so I just add it. So now my vocal is up, and next thing I added was one of my old effects. So that's timeless from Fab Filter 2 also. So all I just do is I come to blur texture, so I just come to special effects and I use blur texture. So because I love the sound it's giving me this extra effect sound. It's also the same time it's giving me this room ambience kind of sound, and also still giving me the delay sound. So that's reason why I just like I like to use this guy. So every of my so let's listen to that. So I have so Miss Craze with that extra effect, you can hear that well. So that's what I just And another thing is, lastly I just on my effects, I just added lastly I just added my beat delay. I just want something of it's crazy, like continuous sound. So I just had to like add beat delay, my normal stock plugin beat delay from Studioone. So all I did was that continuous sound, I just used 1-2 beats, like the tempo 1-2 beats, so like to give me pa. So then all I did is I reduced the offset a little bit to like -7.20 milliseconds. Then the feedback I reduced it to like 43%. Then on my low and high cut, I just cut the low to like 78.6 hertz. Then I cut to like 4K hertz. I reduced the mix to like 37%. So this is what I have. So another thing is just like let me just pour small reverb inside it now, so to give me the effect I want. So and this thing is just like on -4.6. The reverb I sent to it is like -4.6. So let's listen to that. So now let's listen to it with the music now. So as for that, another thing I use is coming to my I'm like, okay, the violin is playing, someone called the violin in. That's this crazy calling the violin in. I still need something to attach to that violin. So what I want to use, I was like, okay, this came to my head, pam 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 pam. So I still feel like, okay, that pam pam is common. Like, okay, how can I go about it? Should I use a low end or high pitch? Sorry, low pitch or high pitch? I'm like, okay, let me just go with the two. Since I don't know what to use, I'm being confused of what to use. I'm like, okay, let me just go with the two, and that's what I came up with. So and what instrument do I use for, like, what instrument did I use for this guy? I use on my image line, I just use the morphine. Yes, I use morphine. So under morphine you just see orbit. So I use orbit on morphine. I also still borrow the sound from FL Studio. So and with it has its own effect and delay, reverb and delay rather. So I just had to give it a little bit of reverb and delay too as well. So I just add my reverb to it of like -13.3, so not too much. So another thing is, okay, I came up like, I still need something, Joe. I still need something, Joe. So I like, okay, let me just, I need guitar. I need guitar in my sound. So like this particular sound, I like, okay, let's see what we can have. So I like, I might not get guitarists I can call around, no guitarists I have around to come and play this thing for me. So I just like, okay, let me just chop from one of the guitar pack I have. All thanks to Avo. I don't know who Avo is, but all thanks to Avo. So I have the sample pack here. So I just have to chop from one of the pack. So this is what I have from Avo. So that's just all I have for that side. And originally, what is on the pack is just like let me play that. So this is what is on the pack originally. So let me just play what is on the pack originally. Yeah, so you can see the different melodies he played for me. So I'm stealing. So if you are stealing, so you steal with sense. If you want copy with sense. Those of you that used to copy back days in school, then like my copy be so. Now the way they see the person they write and at that time that way you said go write time for example. I'm very sorry, me say by the because I don't see me say by the yeah. Alright, so but the way it goes is just like I had to just chop with sense. So all I just did was okay, I chopped from different lines of the guitar. So that's what I came up with this guy. Repetition. So chop. Then this next one is I came with so I use the other one. So this side, so it's supposed to sound because it's like the continuation of this particular guy here. So yeah, like so I just chopped that. Abby, what's there? Yeah. So I just chop it to like the next melody. So that's what I came up and so that's what I came up with. Like I have to steal with sense. I beg for forgiveness from this original owner of this sample pack, Mr. Avo. I'm very sorry. I just have to use it. So now all I just did on this guitar was like I just added, it is actually dry. So all I just have to do is I have to add waves, guitar plugins. So I have to tweak it to my own taste, to what I want. I already like the sound. I just need to enhance the sound a little bit. So all I just did was my bass, I increased it a little bit, and the lower and the high in treble too as well. I increased the top, and for the compression too, I just increased the compression. I pushed it up a little bit. Then the reverb, I added a little bit of the reverb of like 1.7, just small, because I'm still going to give it overall reverb. Yeah, so it will be wide. So the delay too as well, I just pushed the delay to like quarter. I removed the pitch. I don't need the pitch. That's all I just did. So let me activate the llitle. So that's what I just have, and I have for this. So I can see it's even sweet already. So but I don't want it. I still want that reverb. I need it to sound. It's not really the main melody of the music. It's just coming in once. So it's sounding like all music. Now I just give it that reverb to give it that all sound. So and I have it like 7.1, and basically that's just all I have for this music. And I already arranged the music. So let's listen to the music from beginning to the end, from top to bottom. Let's listen to it. Bomba. Yeah. Hey. So thank you for watching. That's just all about the music. Amapiano on Studio One. Yeah, basically that's just all. Please subscribe. Please like on the section below. Please, I really love you know your suggestion. If you want me to do any video too as well, please just let me know in the comment section so I can just put onto that. So please like, subscribe, also share the video to every prisoners family, to every Studio One Afrobeat producer. Please let's share. Thank you.